The origins of the Thule Society are not merely a footnote in history, but a chilling glimpse into the esoteric underpinnings of radical politics. Founded in Munich in 1918, this secret society emerged from the ashes of post-World War I Germany, a nation gripped by political and economic despair. The group's spiritual father was Rudolf von Sebottendorf, born Adam Alfred Rudolf Glauer, a German occultist who had spent time in Istanbul and was a disciple of the influential Sufi order of the Bektashi, which he later blended with Germanic mythology and racism. Sebottendorf established the group as an offshoot of the Germanenorden, a larger racist and anti-Semitic secret society that believed in the superiority of the Aryan race. The Thule Society, named after a mythical Nordic land believed to be the ancient homeland of the Germanic people, was far more than a mystical study group. Its core ideology was a dangerous synthesis of esotericism and extreme nationalism. Members drawn from Munich's elite, professors, lawyers, journalists, and aristocrats, were united by a virulent anti-Semitism and a belief in a coming racial apocalypse. They adopted the swastika as their symbol years before it became the emblem of the Nazi Party, and used a specific salute, both of which were rooted in their pseudo-religious and racist beliefs. Their publication, the Münchener Beobachter, a newspaper the Society acquired in 1918, served as a key propaganda tool for their views, which included promoting the idea that the Jewish conspiracy was responsible for Germany's defeat. In its initial phase, the Thule Society was a hub for racist and conspiratorial thinking. It operated a vast network, recruiting members through personal contacts and secret rituals, and offered a sense of belonging and purpose to those disillusioned with the Weimar Republic. This intellectual incubator of hate would soon expand its reach from the shadows of private meetings to the very public stage of political action. The Society's ultimate goal was not simply to study ancient myths, but to actively change the world according to their twisted, racialized vision. This direct path from esoteric belief to political power would soon begin to manifest itself in ways that would shape the course of the 20th century. While the Thule Society's mystical pursuits gave it a veneer of intellectual legitimacy, its most significant and chilling legacy lies in its direct involvement with the burgeoning political scene. The group didn't just operate in a vacuum, it actively sought to shape the world around it, seeing the chaos of post-war Germany as a prime opportunity to implement its radical ideas. In 1918, the Society's acquisition of the Münchener Beobachter newspaper was a pivotal moment. They transformed this publication from a local paper into a powerful tool for spreading their virulent anti-Semitic and nationalist propaganda. It was through this newspaper that they could influence public opinion, recruit new members, and normalize their extremist views. The Society's most critical political contribution, however, was its strategic relationship with the German Workers' Party, DAP. The Thule Society, composed of wealthy intellectuals, aristocrats, and members of Munich's social elite, recognized the DAP's potential as a grassroots vehicle for their ideology. The DAP was a small, working-class nationalist group that lacked the intellectual and financial resources of the Thule Society. This disparity created a perfect symbiosis. The Thule Society provided the DAP with crucial financial support, ideological direction, and propaganda materials, effectively acting as an incubator for the fledgling party. Two key members of the Thule Society, newspaper editor Karl Harrer and founding member Anton Drexler, were instrumental in the creation and early leadership of the DAP. This relationship was the crucial bridge between an esoteric elitist club and a mass political movement. This connection became even more consequential in the autumn of 1919, when a young, charismatic World War I veteran named Adolf Hitler joined the DAP. Hitler, a gifted orator, quickly absorbed and weaponized the Thule Society's core ideas. He adopted their virulent anti-Semitism and their emphasis on an Aryan racial supremacy, presenting these concepts to a mass audience with a fiery populist rhetoric the Society's members could never muster. While Hitler was never a formal member of the Thule Society, many of his early mentors and closest associates were. Figures like Alfred Rosenberg, who would later become the chief ideologue of the Nazi Party, and Rudolf Hess, who served as Hitler's personal secretary, were deeply involved with the Thule Society. These individuals provided a direct pipeline of racist and occult ideas from the Society's secret meetings into the new party, which was renamed the National Socialist German Workers' Party, NSDAP, in 1920. The Thule Society had effectively planted its ideological seeds in fertile ground, and those seeds were now growing into the monstrous political force of Nazism. The Society's role in this transformation from a niche occult group to a foundational influence on one of the most destructive political movements in human history remains its most damning legacy. By the mid-1920s, the Thule Society's direct influence began to wane. Its founder, Rudolf von Sebottendorf, departed Germany in 1923, and the Society itself officially dissolved around 1925. The reasons for its decline were twofold: the rising power of the Nazi Party and internal disagreements within the Society. The nascent NSDAP, with its mass rallies and charismatic leadership, had become a far more effective vehicle for the ideas of racial supremacy and anti-Semitism than a secretive, esoteric club could ever be. As the Nazi Party gained traction, many of the Thule Society's members and key figures, like Alfred Rosenberg and Rudolf Hess, transitioned their loyalty and efforts to Hitler's movement, finding in it a more direct and potent path to political power. Despite its formal dissolution, the Thule Society's legacy was anything but erased. Its ideas, symbols, and network of contacts had been successfully absorbed into the fabric of Nazism. The Society's publication, the Münchner Beobachter, was renamed the Völkischer Beobachter, the People's Observer, and became the official newspaper of the NSDAP, serving as a primary mouthpiece for Nazi propaganda. The swastika, a symbol used by the Thule Society, was adopted as the central emblem of the Nazi Party, its mystic and racist connotations now amplified to a national scale. In the end, the Thule Society served its purpose as an ideological incubator. It was a crucial bridge that connected the fringe world of occultism and esoteric racism with the mainstream of political action. The Society provided the intellectual framework and the early organizational support that helped turn a small group of political agitators into a formidable force. While the name Thule Society faded into obscurity, the dangerous ideas it nurtured did not. They lived on in the Third Reich, manifesting in the atrocities of the Holocaust and the destruction of World War II, making the Thule Society story a chilling example of how esoteric beliefs, when combined with political ambition and a receptive environment, can have devastating real-world consequences.